And so it's a very affordable kind of business we're talking about here, and it's the kind of thing that you can put that money into, and within a few months start seeing some results. I mean, that's going to vary for you, but there's none of this going way into debt and waiting for 2 years just to find out if you're going to be profitable, or just to find out if some bigger company is going to buy you so you can make money, or just to find out, oh, that was a bust of an idea, so we just wasted all that money. This is the kind of thing you can get into quickly and for very little money, which is why it is the style of business that we've chosen and the style of business that we teach others when it comes to, how can you start having that financial freedom? How can you start having that, more control over the circumstances of your life and get out of that job that you hate and start doing something that fulfills you more? And I think when you think about that freedom and fulfillment, man, $100 plus $20 a month is nothing at all to pay for the kind of payoff, not only in the money ROI, but just in the life fulfillment return on investment that comes. I mean, that's an investment I would make day in and day. I'd make it anytime at all.
For sure.
When you consider what small of a price it is.
And we have.
and we have. So there you go. That kind of lays it out for you. And I mean, on the high end, even at most, even if we took the high end of things here, $100 for hosting and then Aweber, and then maybe you did pay $50 for somebody to install the site for you, and you did pay $100 for a premium theme, and you did pay somebody to help you out with the LLC, we're still talking maybe $500, and then another $20 a month. I mean, it's still, even on the high end, it's very, very little. So, I guess our hope in breaking that down is to make it sound like it is very doable, and for you to just dive in there and take action. I mean, we're in the holiday season as we record this, so if you're one that celebrates Christmas, buy yourself a Christmas present that's going to keep on giving for years and years to come, and I think that's a freedom and fulfillment. I think is a great thing to treat to yourself and your family or your loved ones or the people around you who that affects as well, to have such a significant life change come along with that. So do it today.
It's time for the Internet Business Quick Tip.
All right, we're jumping right into the quick tip. No announcements for this one because we're going a little bit long here, but we do have a really cool quick tip. If you noticed on, recently we put out some videos promoting the product launch formula, and there was a couple where I was writing on the screen, which if you've ever tried to do that in, Photoshop or anything else where you have like a pen tool and you're writing with a mouse, it's next to impossible to have, handwriting resembling anything legible. And actually, I got this great idea after watching a video on Pat Flynn's site with his awesome architecture guy handwriting that he's probably picked up from architecture school. And I was like, how did you do that? And he told me, well, there's this pen tablet that you can plug in to your computer, and you can write on it like it's actual paper. It has a texture that's kind of similar to paper, and after getting kind of used to how it works, you can write a lot easier. And Camtasia has some awesome pen tools right there, so that if you're doing a screencast, you can write right on top of the screen and point to things or write things out. And I immediately was like, wow, this is awesome. I mean, I guess if I thought about it, it seems pretty obvious that they would have pen tablet tools out there, but I don't know why it never occurred to me to go look and actually get one. I mean, I ordered one like within 5 minutes of talking to him. I was like, well, what's it called? And I went and ordered one off of Amazon, and it's really cool. I'm really digging it. So, it feels like, and I think here's why it was great. Is because I think there's just kind of a cool, first of all, not that many people are doing that. And so by doing that, it adds kind of a different element. It's something different than what people are used to seeing than just your standard slides flipping through a screencast kind of thing. Second of all, there's just kind of a more intimate feeling to like writing something out for people on the screen. And then I enjoy it just because it takes me back to teaching some classes in college, and you're at the whiteboard, writing on the whiteboard. And, I like that kind of thing in a teaching atmosphere where something comes to me and I can just write it down real quick for people. So I've really enjoyed using it. The tool that it is called, the company, it's the Bamboo Pen and Touch. The company is Wacom, I think is how you say it, Wacom. So it's the Wacom or Wacom, or I don't even know how you say that company name. It's the Bamboo Pen and Touch. So if you go and search for that, we'll have a link on our website on the show notes. So you can go to internetbusinessmastery.com, find the blog post for episode 82, and we'll have a link there. Or you can also Google for that, the Bamboo Pen and Touch. And there's a few different versions out there. And I think I just kind of got their standard one, and it's sitting right here on my desk, and been using it and loving it, and looking forward to using it some more. So for content creators, I definitely recommend checking that one out.
Now, is that PC or Mac, or does it do both? Because I've been wanting to get
on both.
Both. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And a great tip that Pat gave me, because, I told him I was still kind of getting used to, what kind of pen settings to make it look nice and stuff. And I guess when he does it, he goes into Photoshop and kind of just sets up a slate of sort that, just makes a nice kind of design. But then he draws on top of that. And Photoshop's really expensive. So if you don't have it, then, you're kind of out of luck on this one. But he said, there's some really nice pen tools that react well because it's pressure sensitive. This pen and touch tool is pressure sensitive, and that's one of the things that makes it look more like real handwriting, because based on the pressure that you're touching with, it responds to that. Because when you write with a pen, it's not like perfectly even in the pressure all the way through. Whereas, if you're just clicking around with some kind of mouse tool on a cheapy little program, there's none of that pressure sensitivity, and so that's why it looks a little more blocky and not as nice like real handwriting and things like that. So, but it's worth trying out, and there's some cool little things you can do with that. So I think if you're looking for something to either make your content creation easier or just to take it to the next level, then it's definitely worth trying out. I believe I got mine for around $80. So it's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either. But I definitely recommend it to anybody who's listening to this and going, that sounds interesting.
Now, if you'd like dozens of other resources such as this one, you can find them in the Internet Business Mastery Academy, along with video tutorials showing you exactly how we use them. To get a 30-day no-risk trial membership to the Internet Business Mastery Academy, visit freeaudiogift.com. That's it for this episode of Internet Business Mastery. Until next time, we wish you ultimate success in your internet business.
You've been listening to the iconoclasts of the 9 to 5 and the purveyors of freedom and fulfillment, Sterling and Jay. Sterling and Jay invite you to discover one of their most popular audio programs ever. The 3 Pillars of Designing Your Ultimate Internet Lifestyle. Visit freeaudiogift.com now and sign up for the free weekly Internet Business Mastery email newsletter. And you'll get instant access to this life-changing audio presentation, pulled directly from the content of the acclaimed Internet Business Mastery Academy membership community. Go now to freeaudiogift.com. Internet Business Mastery.